Hello, beautiful humans. My name is Allie Call, and I am the founder of the Aligned Style Collective, which is an education and product resource for conscious purchasing that supports women-owned businesses. And I am here because I wanted to give the hugest shout out to Heather Bryant for the incredible channeling session that I had with her a few months ago. I met Heather in a Divine Feminine embodiment business container that we were both part of, and I was immediately drawn to her. She has this beautiful calming energy, and I felt like her services were absolutely going to be needed at some point along the way because I was launching a new business, and although the creative components of the business felt really inspiring and aligned, and I was feeling really sure about the messaging and the delivery, I also was feeling a bit unresolved about how to structure the business and what approach I should be taking to really have the most impact from a collective standpoint. And that was one of the things that I dog-eared to cover in our session. And secondly, I also was having some challenges in life and love, so I wanted to tap into some guidance there as well. So at the beginning of the session, Heather and I had a conversation about categories that I wanted to cover and also questions that I might have specifically. And I wanted to keep the questions really broad so that some surprise moments would channel in. And that is exactly what happened. The questions that I led with in business and in life were, is there any place that I can course correct to have better results? And in business, it was incredible. What channeled through was so specific to me and my business and my experience in the past and things that I have been part of in the past that Heather could never have known, as we had just met a few months prior to that. And I got this beautiful guidance on how to structure the business from a pillar standpoint, and specifically surrounding all the things that I can be doing to get the most results from the work that I'm putting in to my business for the collective, which was incredible. It was like a moment that collapsed time, where it probably would have taken me 3 years to figure out how to structure the business in a way that would be that impactful. So I was absolutely blown away. So I have this takeaway now with which I can start the new year and really hit the ground running with my business, so that by the 6-month mark this year, all of these pillars will be fully supported. And it's just so beautiful from a directionality standpoint because it allowed me this divine masculine structure within which I can be fully creative and create and have that business be exactly what I want it to be and support the people that I'm trying to support, the collective. So beautiful things. And when we were talking about love, the question was very similar in that I just wanted to know where I could course correct. And basically they said that I need to not date any more 7s. And that 7 energy is not the vibe. So we got a good laugh out of that because, they couldn't have hit the nail more firmly and directly on the head at that point in time. And I had just gone through a breakup, and I was feeling very much resolved with the breakup, but also had started to lean into and really listen to my intuition over the course of the year. And that has been an initiative for me. And the guidance that came through really helped to just solidify all the things I already knew. So with these beautiful and sometimes comical insights, I felt really resolved. I felt as though I had full confirmation on the direction and the decisions that I had been making thus far, and also inspiration to hold the vision for bigger things to come. And that to me is invaluable, particularly as somebody who is just leaning into listening to intuition. And we covered this on the channeling session as well, is that I've always had a strong intuition and kind of like renegotiated my reality and done something completely different that was not advisable. And so with this new initiative to lean fully into my intuition and really trust my inner wisdom, like having that confirmation come through as well helped with like sort of like a confidence level of knowing that I'm moving in the right direction and I'm supported in the choices that I'm making. And I can't even put into words how that feels, how easy that feels, and how resolved that feels. So that's some of the specific feedback I had from my channeling session and how insightful it was given the questions that I was asking and how helpful it has been and is going to be for me moving forward, which is totally a game changer. But I also feel called to just touch really quickly on Heather and how beautiful she is and how beautiful her communication through her guides is. There's so much respect for her guides and for the person she's channeling for. There's so much reverence, and it really do feel like you are in great hands with somebody who is using their gifts fully for good and to help move the needle of progress for the entirety of the collective. And just being around that energy and having access to that knowledge is going to be so game-changing, so life-changing, so collective-changing. It is just such a beautiful thing.